Hey y'all, welcome back to Rose with Sunshine. So tonight we are going to be doing a review as usual. As you guys can see, I'm all cozy, I got the bun, I'm in bed again, and tonight I have my wine and I got my PJs. So y'all, tonight we're going to review PValley. It's late in the season. We're gonna start with season 8, but it's a show that I really love. It's a goodie for me. I hate that I had to start so late in the season, but we're just gonna go ahead and get into it. Now this show, it comes out every Saturday midnight on Showtime. You can get it on Amazon as well. And like I said, this show, it's well into the season. We're probably towards the end of the second season. So I'm just gonna give you guys a quick rundown of the background of the show. So basically, it's a show that is set in Chucalissa, Mississippi. It revolves around the Pank, which is a strip club. So we have Uncle Clifford. I'm just going to give you guys like the main characters. We have Uncle Clifford. He's the owner. We have Autumn or Haley, whatever you choose to call her. She was a new stripper. She came in and kind of turned everything up on its head. I'm not going to give too much detail. Y'all will have to go back and watch because like I said, we're 2 seasons in. I'm pretty sure this season it's going to be over in a couple more episodes. Then we have Mercedes. Mercedes is like the OG of the Pank. We have who else do we have? We have Roulette. She's a new character. She's a stripper. She's the girl from if you watch Snowfall, she's I can't think of her name in Snowfall, but she's in Snowfall as well. Who else? There's a couple more characters. If you really want to know everything, you want to go back and catch up, just go back and start on season 1. The show is called PValley, and you'll have the whole rundown. So basically, if you're already in tune, we're here. We know what's going on. Boom. Let's get into it. So the show starts off with Mercedes on the pole. Now, if you guys watched the last couple episodes, Mercedes has been having issues with her shoulder, so she hasn't been able to like hang onto the pole. So it's really messing with her mentally. And Uncle Clifford walks in and he sees her and it's like basically trying to give her a pep talk. Don't let the pole get the best of her, and just keep her head held high. And she gives him some advice as well, and kind of lets him know don't get yourself down about what's going on with the club. Now, if y'all, the ones that are tuned in and are actively watching, you know that Uncle Clifford is having an issue with Autumn where she wants to sell the Pank and yada yada, so on and so forth. So now we're at the point where Uncle Clifford, it cuts to him in the kitchen cutting Lil Murda's hair. We need to sip on that. So I guess they a couple now. And he's on hold with the hospital calling to check on Miss Ernestine, which is Uncle Clifford's grandma. She ended up getting COVID. She got really sick, so she's been in the hospital. And Uncle Clifford has been going crazy. So they're going back and forth about just what's going on. Uncle Clifford saying he doesn't want to be a secret. And yeah. Oh, y'all see that Maine is back? Okay, so Maine is this like neighborhood, like I guess he's like a D-boy, the big D-boy in the neighborhood, and him and Mercedes used to talk with each other. Yeah, they used to mess with each other. So I guess he ended up going to prison. So now he's back. She's coming home. She just came home from running with her dog, and she sees him sitting on a motorcycle. They flirt. They exchange words to one another, and he ends up inviting her to a block party. Now you can tell she's playing hard to get, but she says that she might show up, but I don't know. I think it's going to be more to it with them. I don't know. I like him for her. But we'll see. So next up, we have Autumn and Keyshawn as they meet up at a diner. Keyshawn, I guess she snuck away from that crazy ass baby daddy. And she's meeting up with Autumn. And they're just discussing her getaway plan. The last time that they saw each other, Autumn told Keyshawn to look up Haley Colton, which is who Autumn was before she disappeared and faked her death. So I guess Keyshawn must have looked it up, and I guess she's finally coming to her senses that she wants to leave her baby daddy and get out of the abusive relationship. I just hope that she for real this time, because I just hope she's for real. Oh, and I forgot. She gives Autumn passports for her as well as her kids. So I'm assuming that she's gonna get some type of fake ID or something. I don't know. I'm happy that I'm hoping that this plan does come together and she does finally get away from him, cause he a fool, and I do the fool right along with his ass. But this ain't by me. This by Keyshawn. And so Keyshawn finally leaves the diner, and a commercial flashes on the TV screen, and it's about Andre. Now, Andre is running for mayor, and basically it's, I guess, digging up dirt in his closet about how his dad's a murderer and he's a liar, and why he shouldn't be mayor for Chucalissa. I don't know. In my opinion, all of them is crooked. Every single last person out here is crooked. So I don't see why not. But basically his advisor, I guess Corbin is like his advisor. He's financing his mayoral campaign. And so he's pissed. He tells everybody to get out, and they're going to have a talk about it. And he wants to know why he didn't let him know that that's what was going on. So they going back and forth and this, that, and the third. And eventually Corbin ends up leaving. And then here comes this damn Pastor Woodbine with her crooked ass. She comes and she has her political ad and talk about how she used to be a hoe and all of this and that, and she's owning up to it, and basically she trying to spin it. I'm tired of her. I really am. Like she on my last nerve, but whatever. So Corbin ends up leaving. So Keyshawn goes back home, and I forget what her baby daddy's name is, but he welcomes her with a pair of new red bottoms, some Louboutins, and she tries them on, and the shoes is too small, and she tells him that he's too small, and let me tell you, he is a nut. He gets upset because the shoes is too small and starts like beating himself in the head. Like, what is wrong with this man? Talking about he'll do anything to make it right, and what can he do to make her happy. And her sneaky ass, I ain't gonna call her sneaky because I'm proud of my girl. She basically says that she wants to go. He starts rattling off things, ideas of what would make her happy, and he says, "Well, do you want to dance at the Pink?" And she says, "Yes." And so he's like, "Okay." And he gives her a hug, and she starts smiling. So Corbin shows up to Wayne's office. Now, mind you, Wayne and Corbin are brothers. Corbin is like the outside child that their dad conceived while he was married to Wayne, I guess Wayne's mom. So he's basically upset that he would run an attack campaign against Andre, and kind of lets him know that, hey, by running the attack campaign against Andre, all you're doing is you're boosting Patrice in the polls. And if Andre gets knocked out and Patrice wins, then nobody wins. And kind of lets him know that, hey, this casino, you might as well kiss the casino goodbye if Andre doesn't win. And so they go back and forth, and Wayne insults him, and this, that, and the third. And basically they're trying to get each other to see each other's point of view. Nothing gets squared away. So Autumn walks into the salon where she sees Georgie she sees Georgie getting her hair done. Georgia, but they call her Georgie. She sees her getting her hair done, and the girl who's doing her hair, she kind of assumes that, oh, you don't belong here. Shanae's shop is up the street. But we know she does belong there. And they're they're having slight words with each other, and basically Autumn tells her that she wants 10 million. She's not signing anything unless she gets that 10 million, and Georgie orders everyone to leave the salon so that they can have a conversation in private. So her and Autumn, they have a conversation, and they're basically going back and forth. Georgie tells her that she's only giving up 5. Haley, we're not gonna call her Haley, Autumn is insistent she wants 10 and she's not accepting a penny less. So they basically get into a stalemate. She tells her, hey, if that's what you choose to do, but you may not end up getting anything, because it looks like Pastor Patrice is going to be the one that's going to win, and you may not have enough money to keep you afloat until we can get something passed, the referendum passed, to where you guys can even sell the pink to have the casino. And if Pastor Patrice wins, there will be no casino, so no one will get it. Georgie pretty much tells her, this is the final offer, take it or leave it. If you choose not to take it, good luck to you. And Autumn, being the bad that she is, my girl walks away. She walks away. So, I'm hoping it works out for Autumn. I really don't want the pink to be sold, but yeah, I think it's gonna work out for her. So Lil Murda and Wody, it flashes to them, they're in the funeral home. I'm assuming Lil Wody, he works at the funeral home, or he owns the funeral home, and they got Teek's body together, and he was just telling them, like, y'all did good work. He looks like himself, looks like nothing ever happened. And they're conversing about just life, and he lets it basically, Lil Murda tells him, you don't have the right to take away people's life, because he figured out that Wody was the one that killed Rome. And he basically says, hey, you the next one up, you are a meal ticket. And he knew that you had the sex tape, or he didn't want anyone to find out that Lil Murda was gay. And he was already upset at the fact that he was just a bad person overall. So I mean, he felt like no harm, no foul, since he got Lil Rome up out of there. Since he got Rome up out of there. So they're having a conversation, going back and forth, and he kind of feels like, hey, when one person leaves the world, another one enters. So it is what it is. So they cut to, they're in the pink, and Uncle Clifford walks in, and he's just talking about how's everything gonna go, because now the club can only be at 50% capacity. And Uncle Clifford is basically just telling everybody, don't worry, don't be concerned, because he got his bottom back. Talking about Mercedes, and he feels like she gonna pack the club out. And Autumn, old hating ass, is in the cut, ear hustling. And it's like, yeah, Mercedes, let's see this new routine you got. And baby, Mercedes is my girl. But what was you doing, sis? You looked good when you was doing the Mercedes experience for the coach and his wife. What happened? I know your shoulder a little messed up, but girl. But I got faith in my girl. I feel like my girl, she gonna get it together, and we gonna be back here again. But we gonna see, Mercedes. You gotta get it together now, girl. Don't go out like that. Get it together. So Autumn, with her hating ass, basically lets my girl Mercedes know that it ain't looking too good, but she got somebody else in mind that she think can do the job. So Mercedes, she instantly jumps to Whisper and Roulette. She thinks that they're gonna be the headlines, and lo and behold, here come Keyshawn ass. Keyshawn is back, baby. Okay, Miss M.I. Cricket letter. So Keyshawn goes into the locker room with the other girls, and she's talking to Whisper and Roulette, and they're fangirling over. And Mercedes comes in, and they say hi, and she asks about her old locker, and Mercedes get her ass together. But Mercedes, you could tell she got a heart of gold, even though she mad. I'm pretty sure she's still mad about the last dance, what happened on the last dance, the night of the last dance. And so she ends up telling like, yeah, ain't nobody got your locker. You still got your old vanity. Go ahead, get yourself together. And Keyshawn is basically just saying, I never thought I'd be back. And Mercedes says, yeah, this is where you come when you ain't got, that must mean you ain't got nowhere else to go. And she looks like she's sad, like she can just cry, but hey, sometimes you gotta come back home and get yourself together. So Uncle Clifford, he leaves out of the club after he's arguing with Autumn about bringing Keyshawn back, and he's sitting in his car. He's trying to call the hospital to check on Miss Ernestine. He can't get through, so he just frustrated. And his mom comes to him in the back seat, and she's basically telling him, "Don't try and fight the water. Just let it wash over you," meaning the tears. And then she says, "What does she say? Bitches don't just cry; they get even." Now, I don't know what that means, but I feel like this gonna put something. I feel like he gonna get with Autumn ass. He got something for Autumn in the cut, but we gonna see. So now they're laying Big Teak to rest, and I ain't gonna lie. Whoever is like the fashion person that dresses them, they have Lil Murder. They have Lil Murder so clean. He looks so good on here. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold y'all. He be looking nice on here. But he taking it hard. It's like, hold up, homie. They gonna start putting two and two together. You crying a little bit too hard. I understand that was your partner and your homie, but you gotta calm down on it. Telling on yourself, showing your slip now. Don't do that. Y'all, I have a serious question. Do y'all think, I don't know, for some reason, I have the nagging suspicion that Lil Murder gonna end up out in himself, because I feel like he's just gonna be so overcome with grief by what happened to Big T. Is his name Big T or is it just T? Whatever. He gonna be so overcome with grief that I don't know. I ain't gonna speak too soon, but I feel like something gonna happen with that. Anyway, they see these other this little rival gang. They posting with guns, like they on Instagram, and basically trying to claim that they the one that did Big Teak in. And we all know he killed himself because Lil Murder was there in the car. And I guess they trying to pump Lil Murder up that we got to teach him a lesson and go over there and handle him and this, that, and the third. And I think he gonna fall for it. So now they're back at the club, and I guess they're dancing. I guess Mercedes and Keyshawn are on the stage, and they're dancing together, just trying to see how it would look with them dancing both together on the stage at the same time. Mercedes is, we're not gonna clown my girl too much, so let's just skip on. We're gonna walk right past Mercedes. Keyshawn looks good as usual, and then Whisper and Roulette, they in the cut, and Roulette is basically trying to put Whisper on a play. This boy Terrence, who came to the club, he's begging to do some things with her, and he's willing to pay, and he's upping his offer. So Roulette is trying to talk her into like, girl, you better get this easy money or you're gonna be looking like Mercedes. You're gonna be stripping past your prime, and ain't nobody gonna be checking for you then. And Autumn pretty much tells Mercedes like, you're not ready. And that's when her phone starts ringing, and it's Terica. And basically all hell breaks loose. Shell, some kind of way, she finds out that Mercedes took Terica to go get an abortion, and she's upset about it. And basically she throwing jabs and saying, I know that's what y'all doing, y'all family, y'all get rid of y'all babies, which ain't true. They took Terica away from Mercedes, but we're gonna ride on past that too. So they're going back and forth, and Mercedes is basically just like, why you think she came to me instead of you? If you're such a mother figure, why she didn't tell you about it? She told me because you've been passed out drunk every day, acting a fool, not doing what you're supposed to do as a mother. So they get into it. Terica says mom, and they have no idea who she's talking to. So eventually they get back into it. Terica just gets Shell, and they just leave. So they there was a scene with Corbin and Uncle Clifford. It's not even nothing major. He's basically telling him, if Patricia's your problem, just get that girl some bread, and poof, Bamboo, she'll be gone like a bird she is. So then it cuts to Whisper and Roulette in the hotel room, and Terrence pulls up, and Roulette's pretty much lays down lays down the ground rules of I'm not going nowhere. Whatever you and my girl gonna do, y'all can do it. I'm gonna be running here the whole time, and if I can't be here, you might as well get to walking. He eventually agrees, and yeah, it goes down. So Autumn comes to Andre's house, and they're basically having a conversation, and he's explaining to her why he lied and said that his dad was he didn't I guess his dad was dead. And I mean, I guess it makes sense. He kind of felt like I would rather not have a dad than to admit that my dad is locked behind bars like an animal. And she has a rebuttal of, I don't, at least you know who your dad is. I don't know who my dad is. I wish I could have known him, and I would rather know him so I can have the story as opposed to not knowing anything. And they just talk about it, and yeah, they end up kissing and doing their thing that they always do, child. Boring. So, flash forward to Whisper and Terrence, and they do, and they get done. He throws the money on the floor like she's some kind of trick, like. And she counts it and realizes he's $200 short. So Roulette comes out of the bathroom, and he basically she ain't moan right, and basically complaining and trying to basically he feel like he don't want to pay like he weigh, and Roulette ain't going for it. And so Whisper started eating his ass up, telling him about himself. And I knew from the moment you walked in, you had the aura that you couldn't please him. Yeah, all of that. And I guess it ate his little ego up. And he was trying to choke my girl. But Roulette had something for him in the car. I see why they call her Roulette. So she pulls out and puts it to his head. And basically like strips him and tells him to put it in his mouth, and tells him that she wants him to moan the way that he wanted Whisper to moan. And he does it. And after they do all of that, they end up leaving out of the room. They get in his car and leave. So now we're it fast forward. So you remember I told you guys about the op who was on Instagram, on fake Instagram, saying that basically he trying to cap talking about what he did it to Big T or whatever. So Lil Murder catch him walking through this field, catch him off guard and doing bad. So Mercedes pulls up to the party to see Maine. And yeah, they rapping and giving each other googly eyes and all of that. And next thing you know, they tell him, hey, somebody shot Pico, which is the boy that Lil Murder had to do him in. And he tries to run off, but before he can leave, Mercedes like, no, you just got out. You got an ankle monitor on. You need to like chill. So she grabs him, brings him in the house. They talking and shit chatting with her. You could tell the conversation is deep. I don't know why she's holding back. I really like them for each other. And she kind of confesses to him about what happens with Autumn's boyfriend, about how they had to do him in. And he was just saying, like, I'm sorry that I wasn't there to protect you. Like, you should have never had to deal with nothing like that. And the conversation gets too deep, and he starts feeling on her, and she rejects him. And he pretty much tells her, like, that's not really what I want right now. I'm not looking for that. And he tells her, I hope that's what you're looking for. And he leaves. I wish you could have worked out with him. I like them together. So Uncle Clifford goes to his mom's grave, and he just has a talk with her and tells her that he knows he hasn't been there to see her in a while. But he promises that he will come and see her more often if she just spares his grandma and doesn't take her over to the other side with her. And he just has a heart-to-heart with her. Here we come to Pastor Patrice. So Corbin, she's on live, like, preaching and falling out and all this other old catching the Holy Ghost. And people are donating money. And Corbin, he donates $10,000, but he sends a note that says, "Cash me outside." So she comes outside of the church and they talk and have a discussion. He basically tells her, "I want you to drop out of the race, and here's some money, and it'll be more where that comes from. But yeah, is you gonna play ball or not?" So I hope that she does, because I can't stand her. I just don't like her. I'm tired of her. So now, Roulette, she pulls up to the shop, I guess like car auto mechanic shop, and she's talking to the little white boy. I forget what his name is, but she's basically telling him, "I need y'all to do what y'all gotta do with this car. Ain't nobody come looking for it, and yeah, do that thing." He kisses. They got a little crush on each other. They kissing, whatever the case may be, and he basically tells him like, yeah. She tells him, "You ain't gotta worry about it. Ain't nobody coming to look for this car, and yeah, when you get through with it, drop it off in the valley, and yeah, yeah, we can do that." So Lil Murda, he he's at the studio, and I guess, I don't know if he's smoking a cigarette, smoking or whatever. And you see his haircut in the back. He put on the headphones, and he still got little specks of blood on his hand and his ring. I'm assuming from what happened with Pico. And he ready to rap, and you could tell whatever he finna come up with, it's gonna be a hit. And that's the end of the episode. So I'm not gonna hold y'all. This episode was like very, very good. I will say that this season, to me, it was way better than the first season. It was a lot better. I'm enjoying this season a lot more, and I noticed that every time I watch it, I zone out, I tune out to everything, and I just be locked in. So for this episode 8, I'll give it. We'll give it. I'll give it an 8. What y'all think? So drop down in the comments below and tell me what you guys thought about episode 8. Excuse me. If you guys have any other shows that you want me to review, drop that down below in the comments as well. And I will see you guys in the next review. I don't know what show I'm going to review for you guys next. But yeah, leave me some suggestions in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next review. Good night and bye.